Why, good morning, everyone. It's Sunday. It's November 21st. It's just after 9 a.m. And I woke up at like 7 a.m. Sun kind of came out when I didn't think it would. It was supposed to be cloudy. Just got up. This is not the time, like this fall, autumn time, whatever, just before winter, is not the time of the year that I am awake 22 hours a day. But for some reason, whatever, I woke up at 7 and I was like, all right, I'm going to go out and play. I'm going to be on the ice playing hockey today. I don't want to spend too much time on college basketball. And then I just thought about all the people that are using this, and I thought about how awesome this thing is, and how I could probably pick off another like 6 or 7 games today if we actually did it really well. And I was like, God damn it! And so what I did is I did some really awesome stuff, and I'm so confident that this file works that it's now going in the descriptions of the videos for free, and I can just let it rip, and you guys can just have fun with it and mess around with it. And not only because I thought that'd be great to do that, I also made everything dynamic now, day to day. You will have trouble updating this yourself because I have to do a bunch of stuff to update it daily. But I did make the thing dynamic today. Let me show you what that means. So the picks, usually I wouldn't let you change stuff on the fly and have it change the margins and change the projections, but now you can. Let me talk about that. So today, Sunday, I have 43 games in here right now, and I'm lazy today because I don't have that much time, and I stopped labeling neutral site games because I just realized there's so many of them that I just don't have time, and I can't stand the reading and the typing. It hurts my eyes. So I said, forget it. You guys can do it yourself. What you need to do is you need to look at the game, and if it's being played at Cheez-It or Myrtle Beach or Charleston or CSUN or something, you need to write, where it is. Like Cheez-It, it's at the Cheez-It one next to the 2 games. You need to go down the list and do that for the remaining games. There's at least like 7 or 8 more games that are like that, and I just don't have time. So that's fine for you guys to do. All right, that's an exercise in learning. And then when you do that, you go back here and refresh. But what's really fascinating about what I've done now is there's a bunch of different percentages of things that we weight, meaning the type of statistic that we have over here for the team has an amount of value in our equation in determining the power of the team. And so, we weight points, which is points is actually the most determining factor of who's going to win the game, who scores more points. It's at the most basic question of college basketball in any sport, really. So you got to weight at something reasonable. But margin of victory seems to have an interesting, amount. Whatever. Point is you can start messing around with stuff. And, like, let's say that we want to weight just wins and losses, okay? Or really weight it heavily. We just did 100% wins and losses, okay? And get rid of everything else. Now that you do that, in the odds compiler, everybody's power strength changes. And here, everybody's power strength changes. So when you refresh right here, watch what happens. Whoa, totally weird looking thing now. Now it's Creighton on top. And Creighton was originally the 4th pick. The other way around, and they're an underdog. That's hilarious. All right, so let's back up a second. So this is now what was a really good distribution from yesterday. I said in the video last night, I go, what I'll probably do for tomorrow is look at the game we lost yesterday. There was I started looking at the bottom of the list yesterday, and I know I'm not talking about Sunday's games yet. I'm sorry. I can't help but just show you all the things you can do with this file, and then you can be on your way because you're all going to be able to download this thing. Yesterday, which was over here, we got slicers everywhere. They're all connected, so if you do one, it's going to change the whole file. Yesterday, we lost some stuff down here, and I said some of these were bad picks. And I wanted to know why. For example, somebody got destroyed. Who was it? It was somebody who was a little higher up, actually. Right? It was one of our underdogs, one of our home underdogs. Hampton. Hampton lost to Georgia Southern terribly, right? They lost by 20. They were never in it, and they were an underdog, and I wanted to know why we were favoring them at home and why they did so poorly. Okay, that's Hampton versus Georgia Southern. Well, let's look at Hampton and Georgia Southern in our team lists. And it's annoying to do it this way. There's a better way to double filter, but this is why I'm just going to make you suffer through it to understand how you need to do this, because this is what I end up doing to do work. Is I have to go through this. Okay, it wasn't that bad. These two teams are like here. So now we have a color comparison between these two teams, and we can see that Hampton is still slightly favored in our power distribution. Why? Well, because Georgia has more wins. They're 4-0, so we're not weighting wins enough. Georgia scoring more points. What on earth? It has something to do with we think that Hampton's defense is supposedly really good, and it's not. Right? That's the problem here. Now, it said that their defense was really good. So we're overweighting adjusted defensive rating, and that is what caused Hampton to be favored. So let's stop doing that. And also, something else I just noticed is average points per game should be weighted more, right? And am I doing opponents' points per game? Should be weighted more as well. I don't think I'm even doing that. Yeah. So let's make that change right now. And it's everything's super dynamic now. So our new look is going to show up immediately. So what did I say? I said this could be a little bit more. Opponents' points per game average -10. Let's make that negative 15 at least. Then let's make wins and losses a little bit more, because that would have been determinant as well. And, and we gotta not use adjusted defensive rating. I want to bring it way down. And net adjusted rating, I'm bringing it down a little bit too. And then I'm gonna do. Oh god, I want to get this to 100. All right, hold on. See, this is why it gets tough. Let's do -12. Let's bring some to 18 is fine. Margin of victory, I feel like it's too much. We don't have strength of schedule yet. Is offensive rating okay? Sorry, I'm going a little crazy. Let's just do this. Sorry, I just gotta just stop it and just get somewhere. We'll just do wins for now. It's a little bit too easy programming, lazy programming, but okay. So now that we've made that change, this is what today looks like, and we can go over it. But you can see I just threw that together really, 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 really quickly. And so it's like, if you are somebody who really wants to focus on sports betting all day, like think about what the simulations you can do. I mean, messing around with these distributions. You could try. Sorry, undo that. You can do so many types of things in terms of running each one of the variables independently. I had a friend of mine who built a macro to do this for the NFL file, so that you actually run distributions of all of these and it will tell you which combination would have won the most games when you apply it to everything, now that everything is so interactive. I know I've been talking forever without talking about any of the games. Sorry, but I can't help it. All right, so let's talk about the games, because I'm actually going to craft a bet. And I'm going to put that bet right here. And this is why I'm saying this thing works. I'm almost positive we're going to pick a bunch of winners. So let's talk about how we know how to do that now. First of all, health, because I'm going to show it for a second and then I'm going to take it away. It's something to glance at, and then you need to double check. For example, is Jackson State really that hurt? You'd have to go look at the injuries in the injury pivot or injury report. You'd have to look at Jacksonville State, which is right here. Maybe. I don't want to do this. The point is you would have to go do that, and I don't care, but it's something to glance at, and it just makes Marshall even more of a favorite if it's accurate. Just want to glance, just so that you can glance. Now that I feel like that's the only game where I think there might be any impact there, and it makes me want to take Marshall, but the line is impossible. Now you can hide it, because now all I want to look at are money lines and margins and powers. All right? Neutral site games are still screwed up. You need to do that yourself. So, oh yeah, one other thing I want to talk about. I bought ESPN Plus yesterday, and I don't remember exactly what I paid. I think it was like 60 something bucks for a year, annual maybe. I don't know if they're going to bill me multiple times a year, but whatever. When I saw what ESPN Plus was offering in terms of games, um, I I decided I was like, all right, well, which kidney do you want, guys? Like, do you want the left or the right kidney? I'll give you whatever you want for this. This is actually, don't illegally stream stuff and waste your time, you know, trying to use some other site. Just pay the money for ESPN Plus and get all those games. That I was astonished at the quality of the product in the app they have. It's worth every penny and then some. They're not sponsoring this, but I just feel like just being just generally like comment properly that is awesome. Everyone should buy that stuff if you're doing this. So let's pick the games already. Finally, sorry. How are we going to go about picking games on this day with 40 some games? Right? Well, first of all, I said I am not going to care about away teams. Maybe with points, but not going to care about them. So we only have home teams. We have 25 to choose from already. All right. What else can we do? First of all, let's look at our pot of gold picks, which would be 2 underdogs. And we need to make sure that they're not at a neutral site game or something to really care. Now, one thing I'm noticing is that, wow, Georgia Southern's got a 21% margin against Boston College. These teams have played some games. Phenomenal, right? So that's saying a little bit on a straight bet for fun, but you get 8.5 points. That is round robin worthy without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, either the formulas are wrong and that's wrong, but that looks really, really, really good. So Georgia Southern plus 8.5. I've said Georgia teams will lose on you. They will, but we're gonna hopefully cover 8.5. So Elon and Temple. You got a 3% margin. It's plus 176. You get 4.5 points. All right. I mean, I'm just going to trust. It's a low margin, but if you can get points on it, then you're getting points on it. And algorithm says, and they're home, so we only bet on home teams. And if everything's right, double check the games are home. Double check that this information's right. I did what I could, but everyone needs to do their own due diligence. So those are 2 games. So, well, what other home teams are available? We're looking for reasonable lines. There's no line on a Furman Navy game, I guess. We're looking for reasonable lines and good margins. And we're going to throw all these on a round robin. Well, here I see Colorado State at Loyola. At home. Obviously, everything on here is home versus Loyola. Okay. That's got a margin of 35%. It's home. Algorithm says these kind of games win. So we take it. Here we have California Baptist at Northern Colorado. So here we're going against somebody that's not in Colorado. 70% power. We go with that. It's high on this list with a 26% margin. I mean, it's good enough. And it's home. And we only bet on home teams. So there are no surprises. We now have Denver at home against Houston. Don't like that line as much. Here we've got that underdog. Don't have anything here. St. Bonaventure is a pretty good team against East Carolina at home. Only minus 182. Youngstown State at home against Niagara is minus 110. Also, this is kind of good, right? We're down at, this is the thing. If we're only taking home teams, and we're starting to get down on this list, but they are home. See, Bonaventure's a stronger. I'm actually, Youngstown just lost yesterday. All right, I'm going to do a little recency bias. They just lost to somebody yesterday. And we're starting to get down on that list, so I don't want to be too whatever, but St. Bonaventure's a good team. You can see they have 66% power. So that one does belong here. I bet you I made just a really good decision getting rid of Youngstown. It's a recency bias from yesterday, but still, what else we got? Mississippi Boise State, also a stronger team. You bet against Mississippi at home? You want to? You know who I'm talking about. I got friends in Mississippi. Yeah, yep. You don't bet against something called Miss near a river. Bet on it. What else we got? Southern Illinois and Northeastern. Purdue against Villanova. That sounds scary. Villanova's a good team. I don't know how good Northeastern is. Shows a low-scoring game here. Oh, I mean, and then with Elon, Old Dominion, Pennsylvania, Purdue strong. Utah Marquette is Marquette. I don't know. All right, so because I'm starting to get wishy-washy, this is a pretty good line, except that Southern Illinois doesn't score a lot of points. So I'm just going to stop right there. I could just do this forever, and obviously I can't. This is a long video too. So here's 6, and if we do the $100 bet thing like we did over here with our 6 for football, let's apply that here, and look at that. Really? Wow, they got better lines than the football game because we took Buffalo and stuff. Interesting. Okay. So here's 11-1. And, let's say that, I don't want to forecast any losses, but say, say the one that's the best line loses, right? You still almost triple your money. And then if you lose the next one, you lose half. So you got to go at least 5-1 to win, and you'll get half your money back at 4-2 at least. So yeah, and there's a lot of strength here. They're all home teams, every single one of them. So there are no surprises. I mean, if you want to look at away teams and do an away one for fun that you're going to lose a bunch of bets on, you've got this option. Away underdogs, you have a ton. This is funny. Oh, Norfolk State did win for us at a crazy line the other day. That's worth it. And I almost want to put them on, what's their margin here? 20%? Yeah, 19.5, that's a joke. I'm considering, oh God, watch me screw this thing up. I'm considering adding them into this. And then there's different things you can do. 2, 3. I don't know. What? Oh, this is minus 110 and plus 19.5. Because Norfolk State won a really good line. Yeah, look at that. See what happens when you add Norfolk State on there? That's why I tempt fate. Anyway, guys, that's an incredibly long video, but you all have the file now. Everyone crush it. Let's win a bunch of games and show that the numbers really do mean something. All right, good luck. May all your picks be winning.